Good morning, students. Today we will be doing the second chapter of class 10th, that is acids, bases and salts. The topics that we will finish today are introduction and types of indicators. So let's start for the definition. As you can see, this chapter includes three main terms: acids, bases and salts. So first, let's do these definitions. What are acids, what are bases and what are salts? First, let's talk about acids. These are the substances which have sour taste. That is, they are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus solution into red, or they also turn blue litmus paper into red color. When we dissolve them in water, they give H plus ions in their aqueous solutions. The term acid has been derived from the Latin word acidus, which in English means sour. Therefore, we say that acids have sour taste. Let's take some examples of acids. The acids are divided into two types: strong acids and weak acids. Some examples of strong acids are HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, and HNO3, known as nitric acid. Now, let's consider some examples of weak acids. First one is CH3COOH, which is also known as acetic acid, and it is the acid which is used in vinegar. Next example, oxalic acid, which is commonly found in tomato and unripe apples. Next we have lactic acid, which is commonly present in the curd. So here we have done some examples of strong acids and weak acids. In this chapter, we shall be using two very common terms: concentrated acid and dilute acid. Now let's do the difference between these two terms. Concentrated acid. It is the sample of acid which contains more amount of acid but less amount of water. If I am talking about concentrated HCl, this means that the amount of HCl in that sample will be more as compared to the amount of water. Now dilute acid, it is the sample of acid which will contain more amount of water and less amount of acid. So this classification into concentrated and dilute is based on the amount of acid and water present in the given sample. Now let's talk of bases. What are bases? These are the substances which are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. When you touch them with your fingers, you will feel as if a soap is present between your fingers. Therefore, we say bases are soapy in touch. Bases turn red litmus solution into blue or red litmus paper into blue. They give OH minus ions only when we dissolve them in water. That is, they give OH minus ions in their aqueous solutions. Let's consider some example of bases. Just like acid, we can see here bases are also divided into two types, that is strong bases and weak bases. Some examples of strong bases are NaOH, sodium hydroxide, KOH, potassium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, calcium hydroxide. For weak bases, we have the most common example, that is NH4OH, which is known as ammonium hydroxide. We use one very common term, alkalis, when we talk of bases. What is this alkali? Alkalis are the substances which are soluble in water. Basically, alkali are bases which can dissolve in water, which can form a clear solution in water. For example, NaOH, KOH, CaOH whole twice. That is, All the strong bases will be soluble in water, and we can call these strong bases as alkalis. Now let's talk of salts. What are salts? Salts are the compounds which are formed from reaction of an acid with a base. When any acid is reacting with a base, irrespective of their nature, we will get a compound which is known as salts. Let's consider some examples of salts. NaCl, that is sodium chloride, KCl, that is potassium chloride. NaCl is formed by combination of NaOH with HCl, and KCl is formed by combination of acid HCl with the base KOH. So salts are formed by the combination of acids with a base. Now let's talk of indicator, the types of indicators and their colors in different mediums. So first, let's come to the definition of indicators. These are the substances which change their color or smell in different types of mediums or different types of substances. Depending upon the change in their color or smell, we can have three types of indicators. First type is natural indicator, second synthetic indicator, third is olfactory indicator. The natural and synthetic indicators both change the color of the substance in which these are added, and they indicate the nature of that substance by changing color. But the olfactory indicators do not change the color. They indicate about the medium of the substances by changing the smell. So let's discuss them one by one. First, let's talk of natural indicators. Natural indicators are obtained from the substances which are found in nature. That is, they are obtained from plants. Their origin is plants which are occurring in nature. Example of natural indicators: litmus, red cabbage leaves extract, flowers of hydrangea plant, and turmeric. Synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators are those indicators which are obtained from chemical substances. They are synthesized artificially. So their origin is synthetic. Hence, they are known as synthetic indicators. Examples of synthetic indicators are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. These are the most commonly used indicators which we use in our chemistry lab. Next, let's talk of olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators are those substances which have different order in acids and bases. They indicate the nature by changing their orders or by changing their smell. Now let us talk of the colors of some of the important indicators in different mediums, that is acidic and basic mediums. First, let's talk of natural indicators. In natural indicators, first let's talk of litmus. Litmus shows red color in acidic solution and blue color in basic solution. When we talk of red cabbage leaves extract, the red cabbage leaf extract shows red color in acidic solution and green color in basic solution. The flower of hydrangea plant shows blue color in acidic solution and pink color in basic solution. When we talk of turmeric, all of you might be knowing that turmeric originally has yellow color. When we add an acidic solution to turmeric, the color of turmeric remains yellow only. That is, it shows no change in its color in acidic solution. But when we add a base into the turmeric solution, the yellow color changes to red. So turmeric can indicate only the basic nature of the substance. It cannot give you any idea about the acidic solution because it does not change its color in acidic solution. Now let's talk of synthetic indicators. The first synthetic indicator is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein originally is colorless. When we add it in acidic solution, it remains colorless, no change into its color. But when we add this phenolphthalein indicator to a basic solution, the colorless indicator changes into pink. The color of the solution changes to pink, which shows that the sample is basic in nature. Now let's talk of methyl orange. Methyl orange originally is having orange color. When we add an acidic solution to methyl orange, the mixture changes to red, shows that it is acidic in nature. And when you are adding a basic solution to methyl orange, the color will be changed to yellow. Now let's discuss about some of the common olfactory indicators. That is onion, vanilla essence, clove oil. Onion, all of you might be knowing, and you can do this experiment at your homes also. Onion, when added to an acidic solution, gives a characteristic smell. The smell of the onion is characteristic smell, and it is only in the presence of an acid. But when you add onion to a basic solution, no change in its smell will be observed. The smell of onion will remain as it was before the addition of the base. So again, onion can indicate about the acidic nature of the solution. It cannot confirm about the basic nature of the solution. Vanilla essence. Vanilla essence retains its smell in acidic solution. The smell of vanilla essence does not change in acidic solution. Whatever smell was earlier will be there in acidic solution also. In case of basic solution, we do not have any smell, neither of vanilla essence or any other characteristic smell. Now let's discuss about clove oil. Again, just like vanilla essence, clove oil also retains its smell in acidic solution. No change in the smell. But when we talk of basic solution, the smell of clove oil disappears on the addition of a base. That is, clove oil loses its smell when you add a base into it. So in this way, it indicates about the acidic solution also and basic solution also. So with this, we have finished the introduction of the chapter and the indicators and its types. Thank you all. Stay safe and healthy at your homes.